live right now for. Oh, you okay?
He just hit his head.
Aw.
You don't even care. He's a ball.
Look, you about to get up again.
Ooh, come on. Come on. Come on. All right, we're live right now for Kings and Queens TV with our one and only Queen Yonasda.
That's right.
Cappadonna.
We chilling with Ram right here.
We're chilling with Ram.
You know what I'm saying?
From 101.1 FM The Beat.
Ramses is in the biz, yo.
And something that I thought about, I think will be really great for this episode of Kings and Queens TV is that, you know, we brought Cappadonna and myself, we came here with our kids.
Right. And
the whole time while Cap was doing the interview, we have our son going around, walking around, and our other son downstairs doing homework. So my question to you, Ramses, and Cap, you could add on to, is that...
You know, the problem is that, you know, we hard-working men out here, you know what I'm saying? Far from a deadbeat dad.
That's
you know
right.
And this is what we do. We get down in the mud and we get down and dirty and grizzly to all of my homies and, you know, brothers in the war and all the ones that went away to college. This is what we do. We go away to work. We always can't be at two places at one time. But, you know, we just want to know, you know, when we going to be able to take care of ours, man. You know, that's all we want to know. Can we get hours when we need hours, though?
Right.
I mean, don't look at us and try to hold us back because, you know, we working and we always on the move. But every time we off and we got something, you know, that we need to do, let us do that with our sons, man. You know what I mean? That's why right now I'm all the way in AZ and I'm still working, but it's like, yo, I'm still working with my sons too.
Okay, man. So for both of y'all being in the industry, how is it that... Ramses, how is it that you're able to balance fatherhood with your career? You're here at the station 24/7.
Pretty much.
So how are you able to do that?
What it is I don't really draw the lines. I don't really make the distinction. Unfortunately, I've worked hard enough before my son got here to where and I hate saying this because it sounds bad, but I'm important enough to where people don't really question the things that I do with my child. So he'll be here at work with me, and I'll be doing interviews, or you know, I'll be out at a show and I'll be on stage and he'll just come up there with me. So I'm fortunate in that regard. But I think that more importantly, he and I have an understanding, and I try to frame my work in such a way that he looks at it like it's exciting, it's inspirational, it's motivational, and it's realistic. It's something that he can aspire to. So for him, I try to be an example, and I try to, you know, make it fun for him. So it's just kind of one of those things where I'm being a dad while I'm being Ramses Ja, you know. And you know, that again, it's really difficult to make the distinction just because, you know, I don't really have anyone in my ear and my face. I'm sure you don't have that either.
How old is your son?
He's 6 now. So.
Wow.
Oh, so he's picking up on that understanding.
Yeah. I mean, he's trying to hop on the mics and stuff. Now I do a TV show out here on Channel 3 too, and you know, when I take him up there, you know, he's running around the studio, and you know, everyone gets a kick out of him. He's pretty well behaved, and you know, I'm very much his father. I'm his disciplinarian. I'm everything that a father needs to be. But you know, he gets and he allows. He does his part in our relationship, and I do my part. And you know, I am a busy man, and sometimes he has to wait a little longer at his grandma's house, or you know, sometimes I got to leave him somewhere if I can't take him to a club where I'm DJing. But by and large, you know, I'm his dad.
You know, I saw in this movie, right? It was with Chris Rock and a couple of other people, and it was like a father club, and it was like, you know, no judging. And one father said, you know, I let my son eat sand, you know, and there was like no judging, you know, and I accidentally picked up the wrong kid from daycare, no judging. You know, how is it? You know, do you think that how important, and this is for both of y'all, how important is the role of the father to your children, and can you bring out that mothering thing that mothers have, or is the fathers have their own way of mothering, you know?
We got our own way to being father is required, you know. It ain't nothing motherish about it, you know what I mean? It's just, you know, keeping it real, man. You know, it ain't no fantasy game with us. You know what I'm saying? We don't be boo-booing the kids all day and you know, just Like I took my son to the aquarium today,
Mhm.
and he was scared of the fish. You know what I'm saying? So he was whining and like he ain't want to touch the fish. So I made him touch the fish. You know what I mean? I put his hand and he was jumping and crying. And I made him do it, but on the third time I made him touch the fish. After that, he was doing it himself and he wasn't scared no more. So that's where we come in at, man. We prepare them, for the dangers of society because they it's like we the foundations, man. We the protectors of the children, you know what I'm saying? And the mothers is more or less, the nurturers.
Now, can fathers be nurturers too?
Absolutely, by all means necessary. How you figure that?
Yeah, I think that it's a woman's role to be a nurturer and a protector, and a father's role to be a nurturer and protector as well. But I think that fathers can be a lot more effective when it comes to protecting. Just biologically, we're designed to be more protectors. Women are designed more to be nurturers. But if my son hurts himself, I'm not gonna just be like, if he just barely hurts himself, yeah, I'll be like, brush it off, you're all right. But if he hurts himself, I'm gonna be there for him. I'm gonna make sure he's okay. I'm gonna make sure he knows that it's not the end of the world. He's gonna be all right. And I have to do that, and that's a nurturing act.
Yeah.
I don't want him to be terrified. And I understand that, fear is a part of the human experience, the same as any other emotion. But I just don't want him to be consumed by something that, is not going to be fruitful in the long run. So I'm there to help him gauge, the gravity of the experience.
It's a balance. You
Exactly.
know what I'm saying? And they need that balance. They need that mother figure and that father figure, you know what I mean, to give them, a good balance and, how to when to be, strong and mighty and when to just be, caring and forgiving. You know what I mean? So, a lot of the emotion comes from the mother side and a lot of the discipline comes from the father side. Without that, you're just going to have a nation of wild kids running wild with no structure, no program, and they just going to be doing whatever they want to do.
Right.
And some of them even get to the point without that discipline, they'll smack their mother.
Yeah.
Punch their father in the face.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's something that got to be, proportionally well distributed at a young ages so that they can carry into their adulthood and have that discipline and have that respect for for the mother figure and the father figure, and having that balance gives them that complete ideology of life.
And I'll add to that having that structure and to all the men watching this broadcast that have children, that you may not be as active in your children's life. The more active you are in their life, the more likely they are to become the next, President Obama or the next Cappadonna or, whatever it is that, your child aspires to be. The more involved you are, the more likely it is that they'll make it there.
Yeah.
And, especially when it comes to little girls. I mean, I don't have a daughter, but, I understand the importance of a man in a little girl's life. Little girls who go through puberty at a much earlier age if their father's not present, and you hear about women with daddy issues. It's a very real phenomenon, and so little boys need their fathers too, but especially little girls because at least for us, our women are our future, and our relationship with our women is in very much need of repair by and large. There are those of us who are very focused on maintaining the relationship we have with our women, but as a culture, we have a lot more to make up for because of the historical setbacks that aren't. I won't accept full responsibility for all of them, but it is our responsibility to make it right.
Yeah.
So just be there better than.
Yeah, and also just to add on to that, like I said, I got a daughter. My daughter's 22 years old, and I ain't with her every day, but I'm only one phone call away, and she hits me, what I'm saying? She's expecting right now. She's with child, and I want to make sure that I'm not only giving her everything that she thinks she wants, but I'm also just trying to give her what she needs.
Right.
Right now, I think more than just being, in her life, the teachings that I'm trying to present to her is, her role in life. You know what I mean? To be independent, to be able to, look after yourself at this age, and to, think more responsible,
Right.
and be responsible with yourself. And I'm also teaching her that hard work and determination is a major factor in independence. Because I'm letting her know that don't expect nothing from nobody.
Just get it yourself.
Work hard. I'm letting her know that you're gonna have to work hard. I don't care if you mad, sad, you kicking sand, kicking rocks. Look, you're gonna have to work hard. This is not a joke. Start now and work your ass off.
Right.
Because it ain't gonna get no better.
Right.
It's only gonna get worse. So you gotta really, really know what you want and what you're doing. There's no more playing around. Cause daddy ain't gonna always be there.
Yeah.
Big up to all of my brothers in the war.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And big up to all of my brothers that's gotta go 4 years in college. See, cause that's being absent. But we trying to do something so that maybe the legacy that we leave could be fruitful for you. But you gotta be able to be ready to inherit the legacy by working hard. You gotta have a drive.
Right.
You gotta have a purpose. You gotta be able to want what it is that's being offered to you. Because a lot of females, as much as we need to be in their life, they take a lot of ways from their mothers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you know how it is. Like, I'm a giver.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I like to give. But it's like, yo, I learned that I was giving so much, I almost didn't have nothing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yo, I'm going to give you something, but yo, give me something.
Right.
So, I'm going to give you this food right here. I'm going to give you this knowledge. And if you take this knowledge and acquire it to your life, and I see you building and adding on to it, then I could add something on to that.
Right.
So that you bringing the brick and I'm bringing the brick and we building the building.
Right.
Not just me bring a brick and you just want to live in the building.
Yeah. Right.
You know what I mean?
And
so that's important, man.
And and just to add on to that too, our exactly what you just said, our legacy is our children. My mother passed away and she left money, but the things that she was able to teach me and all of the and her activism and all that stuff is what we carry on with her works, so but it did take drive and determination, and also as well as going back to school to learn certain things, and to continue on with her work, with her activism things. And that's where I get that from, always in the community and all that. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad said that no nation rise any higher than a woman. So to add on to what you said, that it is with our females to be able to make sure that, because we are the nurturers, and everything that we're pouring into our children, we're pouring into the children in the womb. And so so if we're pouring nothing but poison and negativity and all that, we're going to have a whole bunch of wild kids.
Wild nation, because a nation represents woman.
Yeah.
Women represent nation.
Right.
So when he say that a nation won't rise no higher than its woman, it's not in the physical aspect. Talking about the woman in general. Right. It's talking about the knowledge that's required of the woman. Right. Her being the first teacher of life. Right. Because we spend most of our time in the womb for the 9 months, and then when we come out, the first person we see is our mother. And that's our first teacher. You know what I'm saying? So if the mother's not teaching correctly, then the child isn't going to be able to rise no higher than the mother to reach the aspect of God, which is His Imperial Majesty, and the creating the foundation of life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we always got to know that not only do we have to teach our daughters But sometimes we gotta reteach our women.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? Because woman is a reflection of man. You know what I'm saying? That's how you get the UNI burst. Because the woman represent the moon, the man represent the sun, and the stars represent the children. And that's in its proper order. That's the order of the universe that God set. You know what I mean? So it ain't even that we're taking any authority. We was giving that authority from the creator of all things in life.
So let me add to that. I think that you're absolutely right. That made me think of this. If you are aware of who you are and who you were designed to be, in the physical realm and in the spiritual realm too, and I mean those words when I say them, physically and spiritually. You know who you are, where you come from, who you are supposed to be, and your divine destiny. Then when it comes to raising your children, your daughters and your sons, when it comes to sharing information with your woman, or with your man, if you're a female watching this, or the person that you're spending your life with, you'll have a better platform, upon which to hold and share this knowledge, to nurture your family, and to grow yourself, because you're not going to know yourself unless it is relative to someone else, and the people who are most immediate in everyone's life is your family. So the more you are able to share and dialogue with your family, the more you can grow. And in order for you to share with your family, you have to know who you are relative to them, who you are supposed to be relative to them. And that all starts with learning who you are, irrespective of anyone else or anything else. So learn your history, learn where you come from, learn where you're going, where you're supposed to be, where you can aspire to be. And when you start to feel it, it'll be a natural occurrence when you start to share that. I always tell my son, his mother is Mexican. He's half Mexican, but my son is a black child. And he wears his hair the same way I wear mine. And I tell him all the time that hair is your birthright. No one will take that from you. And the popular thing is for them to have these
mohawks.
That's okay. But if you look at my son's hair, he could try to do that with maybe some hair gel or something, but it'll last maybe an hour or so, and it'll grow back up. And the truth is that he has something that everyone else wishes they could have. He has something that is more beautiful than any hairstyle or anything. He has, this is supposed to be there. This is his birthright. This makes him beautiful, gorgeous, in fact. And when he grows up, he's going to have black children and have to pass this information along. And so I make sure that he has a solid foundation of who he is. And I think that comes from me having a solid foundation of who I am. And when I talk to his mother, who is not able to fully appreciate everything that I explain to my son, she does understand the gravity of it, and allows me that exchange with my child in that form within which I can communicate directly to my son. So again, that all circles back around to just know who you are, and then you'll know how to explain this to your children. Because my child is going to take the where I'm going part of the equation. That's where I'm going. Who I am is who I am right here, and who came before me is my father's going all the way back. So.
And that's a beautiful way to end this Kings and Queens episode, Kings and Queens TV, with Cappadonna and Queen Yonasda and Ramses Ja for 101.1 FM The Beat in Phoenix, Arizona. And you're also on Channel 3?
Yes, Channel 3.
With your TV show? Okay.
Friday at 10 a.m.
All right. All right, cool. And is there anything, a website anyone could go to on what you're doing?
For me, you can check out azthebeat.com to find out what I'm doing on the radio.
Okay.
You can go to ramsesja.com, of course, and find out any events. I'm a DJ as well, and I play all over the Southwest, contracted residencies and so forth. So, I try to stay busy.
Mix it up, fix it up.
Right.
So, but if you want any information, of course, just check out ramsesja.com and find out everything you need to know about it.
All right,
Hey,
that's what's
Z,
up.
That's it.
beat
Till
your
next time.
feet, because you can't beat the heat.
All right.